Work,
Yeah.
work, work.
Go Kim.
Without work, I'm nothing.
Yeah, well...
I thought it'd be over by now. I will fight literally any one of you. Good comments. Green lorry. Ah, yes, this one right here. The one we haven't checked yet, because it wasn't available.
Correct.
Fucking go.
This green found, A to Z, contemporain, is parked in the
I
shadow
get the
of
distinct
the ruins
feeling I should
looming
save
overhead.
before I do
It's
anything.
seen better days.
Probably.
This must be the one he told us about. Unless he was lying.
Hold one sec. Let's pop a quick save. And then we'll pop a squat.
This green found, A
What?
to
So we can
Z,
see into the window, I mean.
contemporain,
Oh.
is parked in the shadow of the ruins looming overhead. It's seen better days.
How are we gonna get this open, Kim? Wait, but first, peek.
The glass on the side windows is tinted and covered with dust. You can barely make out the shape of the seat and 2 steering levers.
Try the door handle.
The door is locked. The handle
train
looks
is
shiny,
late.
like it's recently replaced.
What?
The handle looks recently replaced. How are we gonna get this open?
Use the pry bar to smash the window. Open it from the inside.
Yeah, good idea.
I don't know how good it is, but this investigation has taken long enough. I can't afford it to take any longer.
Damn, how the fuck are you supposed to get this far without succeeding all these checks up to this point? There's so many opportunities for failure that could have, like, stymied this mission.
Good question, and I don't know how to answer.
Okay, we need physical instrument 12. I know how to do that thing. To the clothes. Oh, wait, I already have physical instrument on.
Yeah.
Yeah, my shirt already gives me that. Shit.
I said that earlier when trying to hustle down the lorry driver.
Right. Well, that wasn't physical instrument. That was half-light. This is physical instrument.
Oh, was that Half-Light? I thought it said physical instrument.
No, it was half-light. That's why we're so good at it, because we have a shitload of half-light right now. We've invested a little bit into it, and we've got a +3 bonus from our items.
Okay.
Yeah. We're close to a level up, so it might be worth going for it, and then if it fails, we can always put a point in there later. I'm sure it's gonna go great.
This green found, A to Z, contemporain,
Not
is
not
parked
super
in the
likely. We need a
shadow of the
9, but
ruins
I mean,
looming overhead.
might
It's
work.
seen better days.
You know what? At the end of the day, it really is a 50-50. Either it works or it doesn't.
when you get right down to it, even a 1% chance is only a 50-50. It's just a coin flip.
Yep. Even a blind squirrel is right twice a day.
Even a blind squirrel gets shot in the face by a BB gun every once in a while. Fuck it.
Pry bar
Yeah, it's not
in
surprising.
hand, you take a hard swing at the window. A loud thunk rings out and the pry bar bounces back, leaving a tiny spider web on the glass.
Nice. That's probably gonna hurt.
Looks like the window might be shatterproof. You may have to rethink your approach.
Really? Hit again. The window appears to be shatterproof. I'm sorry, it didn't happen. You know, I don't... This is the one time I don't think I'll hit it twice.
Really?
No, it's not shatterproof.
No.
Give me that.
Oh, he's gonna do it. Takes the pry bar from you and gestures for you to step back. Oh, of course, if we fail these, Kim's just gonna solve our problems for us. Just like everything else in this game.
I hope Kim also get rolls that we just don't see.
Do you think it's random? Or do you think it's predetermined with Kim?
I don't know.
No, it must be predetermined. There's no way. Because he probably has default stats, because then it would just turn into an actual bumble through where everybody fails everything all the time.
That would be pretty fun.
And as much as I love failing constantly... Wait, no I don't. No.
He smashes it into the window.
Oh, cool.
Droplets of glass fly everywhere, shattering over the lorry floor and pavement. You can just reach in now.
Nice.
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 It went better than I expected. Open it from the inside.
Okay.
The smell of cigarettes and perfume welcomes you. The cabin inside is plastered with old movie posters. Actresses smile from the walls. There's a radio transmitter in the front and a toolbox tucked under the driver's seat. Some tools lie scattered near the pedals.
Yeah, I wonder if we would have failed the lorry intimidation if Kim would have jumped in. Because he was already kind of killing it.
Yeah.
That would make sense. It just so happens that we're fucking jacked on Half-Light. Yeah.
There's something odd about the passenger seat. The seating fabric has been pulled tight over the lower side of the seat where the toolbox should be.
A secret compartment. Pull out toolbox. Admire the posters. Yeah, okay.
These are movie posters featuring starlets from long forgotten
Maybe I'll get some morale
films
out of it.
from the 20s, the teens, even the 90s of the last century. One of them particularly catches your eye. A centerfold of an ingenue attached right above the back seat.
I don't know what that was.
I think I'm going to take this for evidence.
There's definitely perfume in the air. It's spicy, with a hint of amberette, wafting through the bitter air of the cabin.
What's that smell? His blood. Okay.
The remnants of a sweet juniper-scented perfume.
Wait a minute.
Probably Grenade number 5.
Haven't we heard Grenade number 5 before?
Maybe?
Was that related to the ledger? I don't know.
The actresses and the rear actor
All right,
all
okay.
smile you a
Pull out the
warm
toolbox.
goodbye. A metallic drawer slides out from the seat. It's empty, except for a folded newspaper.
What is it?
It's an issue of Périphérique from last Wednesday. A piece of paper falls out from its pages.
The note?
It looks like an article ripped out from a radio enthusiast magazine. Complex mathematical equations explain the basics of something called the ULAN frequency system.
Hey, Kim, you like the radio, right?
The ULAN frequency system? I've never heard of that before. I know of FM, AM, UKV, but...
Huh. Oh, so it's a different, thing entirely from, AM and FM.
Huh.
The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest.
Must be like
The
how
rest
police radio is on
as
its
it
own
was.
frequency, too.
Posters, a radio, dust on the windows.
Do you think we should go down the line on these, or just go right for the cover?
I don't know.
Okay, let's go for the cover.
Go for it.
Voila! A stack of neatly folded papers has been stashed behind the seating fabric. You see 3 maps depicting a large metropolitan area. It's Revachol. Some of its routes and highways have been outlined with a pen.
I can't get over the fact that the bag I'm holding in my hand keeps clipping through my coat. Ghost bag!
Oh god, I didn't even notice till you just said it.
Yeah, it's been doing it, ever since we got the bag. It's pretty wacky.
Bonne prise.
The lieutenant commends you as you shift through the treasure, well worn and folded into neat squares. Hold the topmost map.
This large map displays the elevated motorway called 881.
It's a treasure
The
map!
intake leading to Martinez is marked with a blue X. There's another X on the off-ramp at a place called the Old South.
It's a treasure map.
Maybe there'll be some fat pirate booty in it.
Do you think it's the One Piece?
No. No, I don't.
Toll booths at the intakes are marked with a circle. It looks like there are scant few ways of getting onto the elevated motorway that runs over Jamrock, and this person knows them all.
I see. Dude, whenever One Piece finally finishes and they actually, say what the One Piece is, people are gonna get so fucking nuts about that spoiler.
It's the friends we made along the way.
I mean, it's probably gonna be nothing.
But the One Piece is real. Spoilers, by the way.
It's probably gonna be some sort of fucking metaphor.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
friends we made along the way.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be the friends we made along the way. Problem is, I hate all my friends.
Prize.
Oh no! But now I made them sad. No, it just reminds me. There's this old comic where it's there's a plaque on the wall and it just says "overthinking," and then there's a door with no handle. It's not even a door; it's like a carving of a door. And they're standing there going maybe we have to stop thinking about it, and the door will open. And one of the guys is like, man, I really hope that this isn't one of those situations where it's the real treasure was the friends we made along the way. And then they pause for a second, and then the dwarf is like, I hate all of you.
There, hundreds of thousands of motor carriages roar on the 881, high above the mess of brown and red roofs that is Jamrock. The commuters don't even look down. The world ceases to exist outside the windshield.
Where does the road lead?
To Kuron, through the middle-income neighborhoods there, by the river, and then to Stella Maris and La Delta for work, while the men and women of Jamrock scuttle to their fates below the road.
Hold open the second map.
This municipal map from the 30s displays a complex system of storm sewers underneath a sub-district called the Pox, old
the
military
sewers.
hospital, right adjacent to the 41st precinct.
I knew we'd have to go through the sewers at some point.
It's not an RPG without a sewer level.
Man, I fucking hate sewer levels. They're always the worst, and everything poisons you.
No storm
Yeah.
will ever drown Revachol. The great solution to the riddle of history.
And the worst part is you're like, "Wow, man, I sure do love wading through human sewage. Like dog, like crap. Like, who knows the kind of diseases you'd get from, like, walking casually through a sewer system.
Probably like Hep C.
Yeah, or Hep H.
Hepth.
Wind rips through the empty hallways of the once great military hospital, now just a ruin under an overgrown park. Beneath the hospital, great sewer tunnels hum and vibrate with life of their own.
What is that sound?
The rattle of motor carriages and lorries driving through long-forgotten tunnels, lit by gaslights.
Look at the third map.
The final map displays a labyrinth of service tunnels left over from the construction of Motorway 881. A few routes have been marked with a pen, where the tunnels and sewers surface near the eminent domain and a traffic island in central Jamrock by the lake.
Smuggler routes, huh?
Despite the cold, figures move about cloaked in shadow, their breath escaping in white clouds that fade into the darkness. Wherever you look, the night gives cover to her messengers.
Where are they going?
They travel from eminent domain to perdition and onto the main, over the river Esperance, on Route 881 to the Old South. The exit ramp is supposed to be shut down, but there's much activity. The road spreads like the tentacles of a great octopus.
Cool. You know, it occurs to me, there's going to be a point at this game, and it's not now, but there's going to be a point at which we're getting close to the end, and I'll want people to tell me if there's something, like, really cool that we missed. And I will ask, and hopefully somebody will tell, of the like, easily accessible things that we can go back and check out. Because there's no way in hell we're going to see everything in this game.
That's true. Not unless we want to do a completionist playthrough with saves coming.
No, thank you.
Exactly.
This game is great, but I think part of the joy is going to be the very unique way we experience it.
I agree.
Yeah, and that's what's important. Again, don't tell me now. I'll ask later. I promise.
Looks like the smugglers have infiltrated the road network belonging to East Motor Tract.
The smugglers have infiltrated the motor tract.
So it would seem.
Metal Gear. The lieutenant examines the maps with his furrowed brow.
The RCM patrols most of these auxiliary roads, though apparently not all of them.
Yeah, that makes sense. Where does the contraband end up? What do you think is behind this?
Hard to say. This distribution network looks certainly large, yet still vague enough. It doesn't reveal much about the Besmerti behind it.
Besmerti? That sounds vaguely familiar.
The Besmerti is a Revacholian crime syndicate.
Oh,
They
good.
see
I thought it was a
themselves
real
as the
term for a second.
inheritors of the 14 Revacholian Indo-tribes. But really, they're just violent gangs vying for control on the west side of
Holy
Revachol.
shit. There's so much lore in this game. It's crazy. I'm trying to piece together as much of it as I can. I can only imagine the amount of time it took to make all the setting. They're only hinting at a lot of this stuff.
What are the chances that this was somebody's just like D&D campaign and they're just like, I like this world, I'm gonna make
Oh.
a video game out of it?
Do you think this was their One Piece? Where they were just writing it their whole lives?
Could have been.
That's why there's so much of it. Well, I imagine the Bible for this game has to be huge. You know what I mean when I say that, right?
I do not, actually.
So it's when you make games or like continued like franchises, you have what's called a Bible, which works more or less like you would think. It's basically like, here's what you should always, here are important details that you should never double cross. Here's things that you absolutely should not do. Like the Pokemon Bible, for instance, is don't show real animals, which they kind of fucked up in the anime for a second.
Yeah, but that was like before that.
It was before that. So it's like, don't show real animals, don't show people eating Pokemon, things like that.
Well...
And again, they've kind of changed that over time. So
fair enough.
And you know, if you're looking at Halo, it's like, okay, this is Master Chief, here's his rank, here's who he is relative to everybody, this is what a Spartan is, this is how strong they are relative to a normal person.
And don't mention Ultramarines.
Sure, what have you. But there's usually when writers are creating something that is, like, hilariously large, or in the case of situations where it's multiple different writers are working with the same material, the original writer will combine all of that into a document that they call a Bible that you can reference to make sure that you're not messing up the lore.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. I gotta imagine the one for this one is probably fucking massive.
Most likely.
I mean, I guess it's not surprising, though, considering how much writing is in the game.
Yeah.
With cool names, like La Puta Madre and
Oh,
Ahura
okay.
Mazda. It's a dark parody.
Best Mouth Tea is what La Puta Madre is in. Cool.
Okay.
What do you think's behind this?
It's definitely not the Union. They just do some logistics. This operation has
Yeah,
spread
that
everywhere
tracks.
on Jamrock. If it's that widespread,
Damn, this is a
then
big
Madre
big
remains
crime.
the most likely suspect.
Hopefully they pay us for this. They probably won't pay us for this.
No, this is a favor we're doing.
Yeah.
Here's
Hopefully
bad
she
news.
pays us for this.
There have been attempts at a serious investigation before.
They say crime doesn't
But
pay.
they
You know what also
haven't
doesn't
been
pay?
good for
Apparently
those
solving crimes.
Until you get your paycheck.
Dude, where's my tip jar on my police officer uniform? Why don't you... I just have a big jar that's like, deposit your tips here. Oh. Yeah.
Hey, maybe that's what the Pokeball on Kim's chest is.
It's a chip jar?
Yep.
I like that idea. It's just like he pushes the button, it folds out into a full glass jar that feeds right into his chest. Like some infernal machine.
Yeah, his is cool. Yours is the plastic bag that you carry in your left hand.
You know what I've always wanted? Yeah, that's true. You know what I've always wanted? You know how they have those, like, funnels that you see in, like, department stores and, like, some thrift stores? Where it's like you put it in and the coin goes all the way around it, and it makes that really cool noise?
Yes.
I've always wanted one of those. But I looked online to see if I could buy them somewhere, and they're like $1,000.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
Because they're big and they're heavy and they're more of a display piece, like a piece of art, more than they are practical. Because you could just have a jar. Or you know, like a gumball machine or something like that. And those usually make more money anyway. But yeah, apparently, I've always wanted those because I just want like a fancy coin jar. I know it'd be annoying. I just have like a jar on my desk that I throw coins into. I can't for the life of me think of a reason why I actually need coins in this day and age, but like...
Yeah,
It's
to be
cool.
fair, I can't think for any reason why you would need a 12-foot skeleton in your house.
Hey, the 12-foot skeleton really brings the living room together by taking a lot of the living out of it.
I was gonna say, but it's really cool.
It is really cool. I'm glad that I have a 15-foot ceiling that can make it work.
That's true. I'm glad my DDR machine kinda fits.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially bad news for cops who may have something in their past they don't even know is there.
Yeah. So everybody who tries to follow up on these guys gets fucking murdered. That's not surprising.
Yeah, that makes
Just
sense.
not to disturb the scene.
Like messing with the
I'll have
cartel.
forensics go over the lorry and pick this up later.
Yeah.
Usually killing cops is bad for business. Because, you know, it has a bad tendency to draw up more cops.
Huh.
But I guess when your reputation's that fearsome, that's kind of just what you have to deal with.
The stack of maps looks just like before, barely noticeable. The movie stars look silently
Okay,
by,
so they'll pick
and the
these up
pull-out
later. Okay,
toolbox
cool.
has a rubber handle, worn from years of use.
Yeah, I might as well look around. There might be something.
Looks like the frequency dial is
Might be
absent.
something good here.
It requires a key to work, but the key has been removed, likely by the missing lady driver.
Moved. Oh, I thought it meant like the ignition was removed. Like, fuck, that's hardcore.
Strange. There are so many.
yeah,
radio
of course the
stations
key
out
was
here.
removed.
Must be over 100 at least.
But why
Well,
would the
but-
key not be removed? Like, doesn't that everybody do that when they... You wouldn't leave the key in the ignition.
No, the key to the radio. The frequency dial on the radio is
Oh.
absent. It now requires a key.
I'm sorry, I misread that. I thought it was talking about the ignition. Silly me. What Speed Freaks FM? Is one of those save stations there?
That's great.
Why would anyone need so many radio stations? Is there anything we can do with the radio? What Speed Freaks FM?
No, that's on 78.9.
He stops, coughing awkwardly. Raise your eyebrows.
What? I happen to have committed the frequency to memory. I have no problem admitting that.
You can't prove anything. Why would anybody need so many radio stations?
For contacting an entire fleet of lorrymen,
Well,
for
yeah.
example. This is all shortwave, UW and UKV.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's a bunch of near contact systems.
Looks like we are dealing with an impressive organizational tool.
Oh,
The nerve center of a huge operation. With quite a range, too.
well, good thing I inspected it. Is there anything we can do with the radio?
Doesn't look like it. It's completely inoperable without a dial key.
Damn.
The ghostly actresses, and the rusty toolbox under the driver's seat, and the oddly bulging seat cover.
Wait.
Check it out.
You wedge yourself under the steering wheel to get a better
Ow.
look.
Oh, we opened
Seems
the door
like
first.
the
Okay.
few tools lying
I thought he was
around
leaning
there,
over the broken
a
window.
hammer, a pair of pliers, a rusty wrench have been casually thrown there by the disorganized driver.
Okay.
But one odd detail does catch your eye. A piece of sandpaper has been glued to the throttle.
Huh?
The odd-souled person. It was odd-souled because their shoe had been ground down from the sandpaper.
Sandpaper adds extra grip.
I mean, you could also use grip paper, but yeah, it's true.
I mean, did grip paper exist in the 50s?
I mean, in some capacity. I mean, sandpaper is basically the same thing. It's probably just not great. I was watching a video about how, like work tools, if you have, like, a work tool that's not, like, fluted at the end, it's usually good to put some sort of texture or, like, put grip tape on it so that it doesn't fly out of your hands if it gets sweaty.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Looks like the driver has glued a piece of sandpaper to the throttle to offer some extra grip.
Sandpaper? A novel technique?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like a decent idea, but it would fuck up your shoes.
Yep.
The sandpaper would also rub off the pattern from the driver's right boot sole.
Yes?
He likes where this is going. One of the footprints at the crime scene had an aberration. One sole was smoother than the other.
Which means that the missing lady driver was present at the lynching.
The lieutenant's eyes light up behind his prescription lenses. Yes, we get it. He's blind. Okay.
He did the anime thing. Where he
With the
pushes up his
shiny
glasses and it shines.
I fucking hate that trope.
I fucking love that trope.
It completely ruined Log Horizon.
Log Horizon ruined that trope.
That's also true. I think both things are correct. Wait, the missing's 8th Hardy here. Also the one running the drug trade. What a handful. First the drug smuggling, now this. How deep does this rabbit hole go? What a handful.
Now we know for certain who's the missing 8th person at the lynching. Do you think that Hardy and his boys could also be involved in the drug operation?
Interesting. All the pieces are coming together. Oh yeah. Those jerks? Definitely. You think the entire union is... I think the entire union is involved. Maybe even all of Martinez. Maybe everyone is the murderer.
Are you the murderer, Kim?
Not well, he's not from Martinez.
Shit, yeah, okay, fair enough.
Well...
You're safe, Kim.
Yeah, not necessarily. The lady driver could have kept the drug trade a secret. This would fit what Joyce told us, but I don't want to make any assumptions. Those fucking jerks.
We should see what Titus has got to say on the matter. Are we finished with the lorry?
Yeah.
The movie stars are still smiling from the walls. The radio.
It's crazy to me that
transmitter
this
sits on the
neutral
center
text,
console,
they have,
and
like,
a faint smell of perfume is in
At
the
least
air.
2 to 4 of them. When you go back here. I guess that makes sense, because it's like considering that you can check all these options and then come back to it.
Yeah.
But that takes an amount of extra effort that most people would not put into. It'd usually just be the default one. Every time I see a visual novel and there's multiple options, you just go back to the one. That's a surprisingly cool detail.
And they had to voice every change every time. Because most visual novels are not
It's
voiced.
true, and sometimes the voiceover is wrong because of it.
Well, to be fair, it's happened a couple times in this game, too.
Yeah, I mean, it's 1 out of every, 1,000 lines.
Yeah.
So I can't, that's still pretty damn good.
Oh, yeah.
You close the rusty old lorry door.
Yeah, fuck that door.
Great. I think we got everything.
That jam.
A word, detective?
Really?
Before we return to Joyce?
Is it about which Pokemon you got in there?
I like Bulbasaur.
All right, we're finished here.
Yeah,
Let's
you
quickly
would like
debrief and
Bulbasaur,
go over
wouldn't
what we
you?
found. So we don't do it in front of the company rep.
Right. We shouldn't do the debrief in front of her. Hang on a second. Let's go. Leave conversation, walk over in front of her. Okay, go ahead. Seems like something police would do. What do you think of this, Kim?
Honestly, I'm quite worried by what we've seen so far.
This is a
The
real
evidence
racket,
seems to
man.
point to a rather extensive and well-organized
Yeah,
operation.
it's a drug racket.
Yeah,
You
but
are
I mean,
correct.
the fact that this all is tying back together is pretty massive. Because, like, now we have a drug trade connected to our murder, connected to the Union strike, connected to the Wild Pines, potentially hiring a mercenary
Yeah.
and hiding a complicit, like, documented murder to, like, spread out the strike further. And for some reason, the Union wanted cops to show up. We still haven't figured out why that is. Okay.
I'm especially intrigued by that radio transmitter, particularly the sheer number of stations.
That
it
was
can
kind of
connect.
nuts.
Looks like this alleged drug trade casts a wide net.
Yeah, and looks like we gotta poke a couple holes in it.
This means it's well funded. Technology like that, a major player must be financing it.
I mean, yeah, crime makes a lot of money.
I'm not sure what the Ulan frequencies are all about, but they may hold some significance. Perhaps it's a better way to connect between fleets while avoiding frequency bleed, or maybe it's used to tap into RCM networks.
Right.
Listening in on your calls between you and your station,
Huh.
a worrying prospect.
I wonder if that's how they found out my shit was missing. Because the Union guys could have been listening in on our call earlier. I mean, they probably already knew before that.
Yeah,
I mean, not from when we did it in the game, but like before the events of the game.
Gotcha.
Like they were poking around, obviously, but I wonder if some parts of the Union have been listening in on our calls.
Oh, and the maps we found. They reveal the geographical extent of the operation. Looks like they've used abandoned tunnels and access roads
Right.
to stay hidden. This is useful info.
Yeah, we can go blow them up, and then they can't do it anymore.
Yeah, smoke them out.
Then they'll get pissed and murder us.
Smoke them out like that Minotaur that we,
Yo, you ever see that Minotaur from SMT4?
No.
It's like a classical, like, mythological Minotaur design, except when it gets to its nose, the holes of its nose are the eyes of a skull. It's one of the coolest fucking Minotaur designs, and it's also, like, one of the most distinctive boss fights in that game.
I gotta check this up now.
You should, it's rad. In fact, Fuckface, throw it up. It's just such a good piece of fucking art. It's so good.
That's kinda sick.
Oh, it's like one of the coolest fucking pieces of art, like mythological art I've ever seen.
Yeah, cause his jaw is like the open jaw of the... Oh, wow, that's...
Yeah. Somebody, like, killed it on that one. It
Somebody
also
deserves a raise.
it also helps that it's like the first boss in SMT4 that if you're not prepared, it will fucking murder you. Like you gotta know this dude's weaknesses and you gotta be ready. Alright, continue.
And last but not least, it looks like the Hardy Boys knew this driver, as we know that she was present
Yeah.
at the lynching. This may be the Union connection we've been searching for.
Yeah, this is fucking big.
The probe and the case converged, he thinks. This was quite the find.
That's right. What about the movie posters? How do they factor into all this? So it turns out this is connected to the Union. But
What?
yeah, okay. Well, the RCM opened an investigation into this. What about the movie posters?
As elegant as they are, I don't think they are relevant to the drug trade.
A lot of women there, especially for a lady driver's cabin. Maybe the trader's some sort of cinephile. I don't like that word. I know it's an accurate use of that word, but like
Loves movies.
somebody loves movies, yeah. I don't like that. More like I would prefer like movie-holic. You know, like alcoholic, but for movies. Could the film industry be involved? I don't know. A lot of women in there for a ladies' cabin.
Yes, well,
Okay. So it turns out this is connected to the Union. Is.
like Joyce told us, yes, logistically. But don't expect to bust this open during our stay here.
Right.
At best, this is an angle we can use against them, to other ends. as extra ammunition.
I'm actually really glad he said that, because the concept of bringing down a drug trade in the middle of this murder investigation does seem like it would significantly sidetrack the plot.
I'm also glad he said the word is.
That's true. Will the RCM open investigation into this?
We should return to the murder case. See what Joyce tells us about the lynching. When we are done for the day, I call my station and suggest our narcotics department.
Oh yeah, we'll get the narcos getting look into this. This is outside of our jurisdiction here.
There are more than enough grounds to start an official investigation.
Get
Sometime later,
Vice
when we get
into
over
it.
here. We do not want to get caught in that.
That's true.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
The fact that one hasn't started already gives me pause.
The DEA
An
in
investigation,
here?
I mean. Especially if the Madrid grouping is involved, and I can't imagine they aren't. It's certainly worrisome.
Corruption.
All the same, I don't like the idea of internal affairs descending on the matter. That won't help anyone either.
Okay, debrief over.
Debrief over. After you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Is that one kid from Wind Waker? Or it's like the killer bees? And they're just like the little kids who are running around on on Windfall Island. And that's how he always jumps around and he always talks. He's like, yeah.
I don't remember.
That's okay. What?
All
What?
around you, rain falls on
Oh,
the great
shit.
city of Revachol.
Oh my God.
From the eaves
Oh,
and
oh no,
floods
it's too
the
far.
gutters,
Pull your
washing
drone
the
back,
filth
man.
away.
Yo, I can see the crane from here. Dude, that's crazy. Wow, this contextualizes this art so much more.
What happened to that building?
What building? Oh, that one? Oh, don't worry about that. Man, Father Time really took a bat to that place.
Damn.
The spring thaw must be here. The snow is melting.
What am I doing?
Looking up at the sky, cold water dripping from your hat.
Where am I going? What do I see?
Grey sky like great battleships, clouds colliding with one
You
another.
can see the text over there.
Rain falls down on the world.
Wow.
Humid. Your coat shields you from the rain while the city shivers around you.
Oh, that's why it's called Shivers. Motherfucker. Finished thought. What's in the west?
Sheets of rain over the water, a flight of stairs leading into the ocean. Wave after wave washing the coast of Martinez, with its motorboats and gently swaying reeds.
I knew I'd enjoy putting points into this. Even though I didn't, it was totally a thought. But, damn.
The ruins of a half-sunken sea fort crumble on an inlet beyond the Bay of Revachol. Ghosts rise into the sky.
Cool. Who are you, ghosts?
The skyscrapers of La Delta, the financial district. Faint golden light seeps from the office windows. Will you ever go there?
Will I?
No, you are just one of the hundreds of thousands who watch them rise across the bay from Martinez every day.
What's down the shore? Is it that pool I threw in there?
Urban coastline, rain dripping off Eternite-covered roofs.
Eternite.
Cinder blocks left over from half-finished construction.
Eternite
The
sounds
front
like
research
a
and
third-party
development
Pokemon name.
building, once seized by revolutionaries. An old wooden church stands on stilts above the water.
Oh, because Eternatus, obviously. Old wooden church, huh?
Coal City, end of all lines.
Yeah, they kept mentioning that church. It's like on the bay down there. But we can't get to it right now. Run your fingers through your dampened hair.
Your hair is an oily mess flecked with ash from neighboring coal plants.
Wow.
Smokestacks rise somewhere in the distance.
Yeah, I suppose if you lived in a place with coal production, it would probably get in the water to some extent, right?
Most likely.
Yeah.
The great gates of the industrial harbor are locked. A chill runs down your back. You shudder like an animal trying to shake water from its hide.
Shake your shoulders again.
You shudder, looking down at your feet. Dirty rainwater runs veins into the plaza's snow.
Cool.
2 green snakeskin shoes stand at attention on the mosaic paving of the plaza.
I can't take the word mosaic seriously anymore. There's that one clip from Hotel Nightmares
What?
where Gordon Ramsay is running a blacklight over a room. And it's just like it lights up like a disco.
Like a disco Elysium?
Yeah, something like that. And it's like, oh, it's like a mosaic. A mosaic of semen.
Great.
Oh, it's awful. It's an awful line.
Fuckface, do not put that clip in.
And the worst part is, like, he cuts in the middle of, like somebody had to stitch the line together because he must have paused or something. Because when he says the second part, it's like a completely different intonation. So he's like, it's a mosaic of semen.
Great.
What's in the north?
Capeside apartments. Tower blocks crowd.
Sorry, I ruined that nice,
4.46
like, purple
millimeter
prose
bullets
here.
Still lodged in their war-torn stone walls.
I mean, if you really wanted to, you could cut it out.
That's true.
Hallways collapse from the mortar hits of a war that was lost long ago. Clotheslines go to waste in the rain.
It's a funny clip.
Radios play.
Hey, fuckface, make sure to not put that in for context, so that people have to awkwardly Google that later if they want to see it. And then it's stuck in their Google search history, and so specifically Caleb can't see it. Thanks, fuckface.
Rude.
The news at
What, do you want to see it?
No.
Well, then shut up. And closer to here.
a yard. Rain falls onto the roof of a woodshed. The lingering odor of decomposition mixes with that of damp soil.
Wonder if this is one of those kinds of thoughts that is going to happen more than once with Shivers.
I have no idea.
Oh, what's in the south?
A traffic jam.
Well,
Rain
yeah.
thrumming on the roofs of motor vehicles. Inside, drivers watch water streaming down their windshields. The statue of a king shudders. He too is cold.
Damn,
The canal bridge has been raised.
that's a cool line. What's on the other side?
The road ascends. A raised motorway loops above the ghetto. Beneath its concrete columns, a sea of rooftops, woodwork, and tar stretches northward. 4-story buildings as far as the rain can fall. The snows melt in Jamrock.
What is Jamrock?
Revachol is the capital of the world.
What?
Jamrock is the capital of Revachol.
He's being flowery.
Droplets form on your eyelashes. It's home.
Yep, that's apparently where we live, which we can't get there right now. Where the hood? Where the hood? Where the hood at?
What?
Why am I not there? It's a song.
I mean, you're pretty disco.
That's what, DMX, right?
Is it?
Where the hood? Where the hood? Where the hood at?
Is that an actual song?
Yeah.
Oh. Fuckface. Don't get us demonetized.
Yeah, don't demonetize us, please.
Or no, not demonetized. We're already there.
I think a lot of people know that song.
What's the word? Copyright flagged.
Fuckface, play 1 second of that song and don't have it be the part that this part just mentioned.
Thanks, Fuckface.
Cool, thanks.
I appreciate you.
We gotta stop asking I don't know, should we stop asking Fuckface to do stuff, or should we ask him to do more? I don't know. Is it funny? I'm not sure.
Leave your Fuckface comments in the comments below.
And then subscribe to the channel, and then go back and watch the LP one more time.
Shameless plug.
And then join us as a super fan at the Seirvox channel. Pay monthly for special emotes and unique video callouts at the end of every video. I promise I'm not gonna say that more than once. I don't like hawking my own shit, but I do like money.
Where can you use the emotes?
Anywhere on YouTube.
Oh.
Yeah, they're universal emotes.
Oh, okay.
Where
I
at?
have a brother in the cut.
Whoa.
Where the wood at?
Oh, a new voice.
That's a different person.
It's in capitals. Wow, cool. Why am I not? It's a lady. I wonder if that's our late wife. I mean, not late wife, our ex-wife. Sorry, I don't know if she's dead.
I mean,
She might be dead. I can't be sure.
is she missing?
I mean, maybe she might also be working class and drunk. Why am I not there?
To be in Martinez, where no one goes, at the runoff point of a long-forgotten canal, in the whitest part of town, in the shadow of the day the revolution failed.
What am I doing?
Standing in the rain, looking north, where Jamrock Rock City stretches inland.
Shutter, look further.
In the rain-swept distance, above the rooftops of Jamrock, a repurposed silk mill stands perched above the motorway exit. Precinct 41 hunches in the rain. Your vision blurs. You wipe your face with your hand. The rain stings your eyes, making you look up and blink.
Oh, I hate it when rain falls directly in your eyeballs. But I guess I have less of a problem now that I wear glasses.
You do wear glasses. I also wear glasses.
But I hate getting my glasses wet,
It's
so I always...
the worst.
Yeah, so I always have to, like, cover them with something, because it's fucking annoying to clean them off.
It is. Thankfully, I have, like, a whole shit ton of microfiber cloths specifically for that.
Yeah, and I have a hat. What's above?
Coalition era statics hang like apparitions under the cloud cover. Way up there,
There's some
where rain falls,
fit $13
waters
words there.
flutter silently. Your
Yeah, like
sight
cloud.
clears.
Damn. When am I going to put that on my SAT? What's below?
Collapsed storm drains, old sewage systems flooded with rainwater. Hidden weapon caches from the revolution,
Cool.
doors leading down to Leroyam. The catacombs to which, for 3
Fucking
centuries,
catacombs?
they delivered the blue-blooded dead.
Damn, imagining... we just have, like, graveyards. Imagine living in a place where you have the fucking catacombs.
Huh.
That's metal as fuck. Where it's just like, yeah, you're living on top of your dead.
Isn't that, like, a lot of Europe?
And then they get up, and then they're like either really weak or really strong, depending on how much you crafted iron daggers.
Oh, an RPG. I thought you meant... I missed the RPG part.
No, I meant in real life, too. I was just making a joke.
Oh.
Motherfucker.
This rain will not let up anytime soon.
What?
At least we are dressed for it. Let's keep moving.
Whoa, man. Dude, I was tripping balls right now. That's crazy.
You were dripping balls?
Yeah, I got the dripping ball. No. Oh, no. No! Come on.